Hey everybody, today I'm really excited because it's Sunday, and Sunday is one of my favorite days of the week. Like, the only reason I don't like Sunday is because of the anxiety of Monday coming. That's really the only reason. Sunday is such a great day. And today, I'm just particularly excited because God is so good. Alright, today in church, we were talking, and to be honest, it was kind of hard paying attention because every once in a while Pastor Robert would say something and my mind would go down that bunny trail and be thinking about that. And so it's really weird to say, but God was distracting me from church today. Either way, I got something out of it, so, you know, whatever. I was trying to listen and I did get what they were saying, and it was good stuff. So I'm gonna share it with you because it's my vlog and I do what I want. So the first thing, this was before the church service started, but I wanted to write it down before I forgot. I've been trying to figure out what I want to do with my life lately. Like, I know I really want to do missions work, but then there are all these other things that look so fun, and one of those things is nails. I know that's really weird, but like, painting nails seems like so much fun, and I don't know. So I was thinking, I had this idea. Maybe I could get a job at a nail salon this summer, so then I could, you know, cross that off my bucket list, but then still do what I want to do with my life, or, you know. So there's an idea, and I just wanted to share it with someone because it seemed like a good one. Okay, and today we talked about worship in church and what worship is. And honestly, in one sentence, could you tell me what worship is? Like, just right now, just writing down one sentence, what is worship? Try it, and leave it in the comments box, because I want to see what you have to say. But anyway, I couldn't really form a good answer because worship is so much. And so, we were talking about how to worship is to bow and to serve, to like humble yourself, you know, before the Lord. How it's to lean in for a kiss. And I really love that imagery because sometimes at youth group it'll be dark and we'll be playing a slow song and they'll tell us to go out and into our own little parts of the room if we feel like it. And I usually do. And so I go out into this corner and the song will be playing and I'll close my eyes and I'll sort of like, I don't know, pretend that I'm dancing with him. That sounds really psychotic. I know it. But like, have you ever been to a school dance and then like you dance with a boy and it's just like magical? It's like that, but times a billion. So I'll do that. And then, because like, the term leaning in for a kiss, it's like, we used it because it's a symbol of vulnerable adoration, where it's like, you're letting your guard down, you know, you're leaning in, you're gonna share something beautiful with a person, you know? And you're just because you adore them, or at least that's how it should be, even though it isn't always. Sometimes it's just for fun. We're not talking about that kind of kiss. We're talking about a genuine, heartfelt kiss. And so when you're worshiping, you're like making yourself vulnerable and adoring God. And so I just really loved that picture. And to worship is to love God and His love language. Because we were talking about love languages. My love language is acts of service. Like, that's how I show love, you know, to people. And it also really humbles me and makes me feel loved when other people do acts of service for me. Even though I have a really hard time accepting it, because it's like, I don't know, makes me feel weird. I think it's a pride thing, and I should probably work on it, but I really do love it. So like, when I'm trying to show somebody I love them, I'll like clean for them, or something. I don't know. I don't like chores, but my love language is acts of service. Don't ask me to explain it because I can't. But God's love language is worship, the receiving of worship. And so I think that's just a really cool picture because, I don't know, it's a neat way. Because if you want to really love someone, if you want to show somebody that you care about them, you learn how they receive love best, you know? Like, if their love language is gift giving, you give them gifts to let them know that you love them, you know? And His love language is worship, which is awesome because all of the other love languages can be wrapped up into that, you know? Like, you can worship in giving food to the poor, or you can worship in, like, doing the right thing, like, loving other people, you know? Because loving God is loving others. Alright, so I wrote down, what do I want? Because I came back to the question of what I want to do with my life. And I said, what I want to do is I want to teach, you know? I want to teach people about God's Word because it's so exciting and beautiful to me, and I just can't get enough of it. And I just want to show everybody else, you know? So I wrote down share my bread because I don't want to seem condescending and I don't want to feel like above other people, because in reality I'm just one beggar showing another beggar where to find bread, you know? And this is the bread. It's the Bible. And like the knowledge and the joy of the Holy Spirit, because it's a joyful thing. It's not a burden at all. If anybody ever tries to tell you it's a burden, they don't understand. they don't have it yet. But there's been this thing that's been weighing on me for a long time, and I have this urgency to take care of people. I mean, there are people out there dying, you know? They're dying because of hunger and preventable diseases, and I mean, what are we doing here? We're sleeping well in our beds every night with full stomachs, like not even giving it a second thought, and that's always really bothered me a lot. And I thought maybe I can't feed the people far away, even though I really want to. I think I can't end world hunger by myself, and that realization was hard, but it's okay, because when I am old enough to go and take care of people, I can do that. But until then, I can feed people here on my doorstep. I mean, there are people right outside that are hungry, and maybe not even physically hungry, but hungry for something more than what they're living for, you know? I mean, haven't you ever felt that? Like, you wake up in the morning and you just don't have a reason to be waking up, and you're just like, ugh, another day. I have to go to school, do my work, come home, eat, do my work, go to sleep, and it starts all over again. But with this, I can feed people. I can give them a reason to be happy, you know? And that's such a gift. I want people to be happy, you know? 'Cause happy is a great feeling. Okay. In Matthew, I don't know where it is. Where is it? I don't know. No, wait. It was an Acts. I'm sorry. Hold on. Give me 1 second. If I knew how to edit videos, I would edit all of this out, but I don't know how. So if you know how to edit videos, you should let me know, because then my vlogs will be less boring. Where is it? I think it's Acts 4. No, I was wrong. Maybe it was Acts 9. We were reading out of Acts 9 today. That could be it. Acts 9. Nope, that's not it either. Anyway, it'll turn up eventually. It talks about how Paul and Silas were in prison and they were singing worship songs, and I've always been really envious of that moment. I mean, they were like, it sounds weird, but they were like bleeding and it was dark and they were in chains, but they were together and they were singing, and all of the other prisoners were listening. And they had it worse than any of us do right now. They had it awful. People wanted them dead, and they didn't want to give them a merciful death either. Like, people despised them. But they were sitting in prison, broken and bleeding, and they were singing worship songs, and they were worshiping God. While people now would be asking them, like, if your God is so good, why did he let this happen to you? I mean, they weren't angry at God. And I mean, that's faith, you know? Just trusting that there's a reason for what he's doing. And there was. And it's just such an incredible story. And when I find it, I'll probably read it to you. But it's really great. And so, I want to be able to do that. I want to find peace in my suffering and worship so that people who are also suffering can worship too. Because when you're broken, all you really have is what you choose to have, I guess. And what I choose to have is peace, because God's with me. Does that make any sense at all? I know this vlog is long, just bear with me. I think I'm almost done. And then Pastor Robert said something really cool. He was talking about this scientist who had been studying the stars. He was an astronomer, and he looked up into the sky in this telescope. And then he went to a church service, and after the church service he left, and he said, "I'm never going back there again." And somebody asked him why, and he said, because those people don't look like they're worshiping a God that big. And he made a gesture to the sky, and it's like so true. 'Cause so often we get caught up in the motions that we forget God created that star, and the star behind that star, and the star behind that star, and the billions of billions potential stars behind those. And we're sitting in church distracted by what text message we got, or how hard our week was. And I want to change that, you know? I don't know how I'm going to change it. I'm probably not going to change it, but God's going to change it, and I hope he uses me. So, yep, that's what I have to say about that today. I hope your days are going fantastic, and I'm sorry if my vlogs are boring to you because all I talk about is God. But I can't really help it. Anyway, yeah, love you. Thanks for watching. And in the comments box, tell me how to edit videos. Mwah!